everybody. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. Just wanted to say, if you don't know me, my name's Donnie. I edit. I keep all the magic contained into the bottle and release it onto this show that is called Before I Call My Therapist. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to take this time out to say thank you, Matt. Thank you for being such a sick light in the world of darkness that we currently like inhabit. You know what I mean? Thank you for always being a kind individual, always trying to put other people before yourself, and just doing whatever needs to be done, I guess, to get things done, and just literally always just having a kind heart and doing things out of genuineness and not for ulterior motive. Thank you for everybody you've brought into my world that I didn't know beforehand, and all the opportunities you've helped me with. Thank you for also allowing me to edit for the show. You know what I mean? Like, this is sick. Thank you, Lincoln, because, without Lincoln, bro, like, there would literally be nothing to edit. You know what I mean? Like, everybody in here plays a part, and I'm grateful for everybody. And yeah, back to the show.
All right, we're on another episode of Before I Call My Therapist here with Moeazy. What's going on, Moeazy?
Skateboard P, look at my skin so clean. Wanna know the routine? Rich nigga DNA in my jeans. Skateboard P, look at my skin so clean. Wanna know the routine? Rich.
What's up? What's up?
You're live from Africa, man.
Yeah, man, Kenya.
Yeah, this is our first international episode. You're number one.
Let's go, man. You in Texas right now.
In Texas, man. We're on another planet over here.
For sure.
So you're
Definitely.
originally from the States, though. Tell us a little bit more about like where you're from, what you do. You're a professional skateboarder. You do music, and kind of tell us a little bit about it.
For sure. Uh, California born, DC raised, and yeah, I've been skating since I was a kid. Literally, like I used to see the guys in the neighborhood like doing it, and I was like, yo, I know I could do this shit. And then one day I just built the courage up to borrow somebody's board, and then that led me to playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and then like just visualizing building skate parks in Africa.
So was it video games too? Like you played Tony Hawk, and that kind of got
Oh
you
yeah,
into it as well. That's like all of
definitely.
us, man. Everybody is born. We're born in the same year. For the viewers that don't know, we're both born in '87. So like our generation, we literally grew up on that game to like where it affected us on that level. Where some of us like
Yeah,
have careers based on that video game in a way.
facts. Yeah,
That's
definitely. For me,
incredible.
like it was like kind of simultaneous because in seventh grade, that's when I first saw like guys carrying boards in school, and I was like, these guys, look at them, they think they cool and shit, but they end up being cool, and I'm like, okay. And then yeah, man, yeah. But then like simultaneously, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, like the first one came out, I think it was like 2000, and then
Yeah.
that was it. Like it
Yeah,
just
I
went
went to
nuts after
Vans
that.
Warped Tour in '99, and it was like
Crazy,
packed. It was like a sight to behold, man. There were so many people there,
crazy.
and the sport was booming, man. It was really, really booming
Yeah.
at that time. So you've actually
Now
had a
seeing,
chance. Yeah. You've had a chance to work with Tony Hawk himself. So like,
yeah,
how
yeah.
do you go from playing a video game to working with these people and getting good enough? Like, tell us the story.
That's manifestation at its finest for sure. Um, to be honest, I was just like in a in the right place at the right time, I guess. Like I was in a studio working with Post Malone's team in LA, and then like Tony Hawk's kid, Miles, he was volunteering. I mean, he wasn't volunteering, he was interning at the studio, and like he saw me walking with my board, and he was like, "Yo, is there a skate park near here?" And then one thing led to another, and then boom, like Tony Hawk DM'd me to do a Vogue magazine shoot with him one day, and I was like, of course, there was no, I rearranged everything I was doing so I can go down
Of
there
course,
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did
But nah,
you did
Tony's cool people, man.
Were you already known in the modeling scene? Is that why they reached out to you, or were you just like in the general ether of what was going on? You just kind of
Yeah, they just, I mean, I guess they just saw like my content and the stuff that I was doing, and like, yeah, I
they're
guess
like,
I
he's
just fit the
perfect
mo
for this. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So from there, did you kind of take off from there, or was it like what was the thing that set you off into the music and everything else too?
For me, musically, it was really like being around Post Malone's team, like working with
Okay.
those guys in LA. Like I built a name for myself, like doing songwriting with like various TikTokers, Iggy Azalea, like handful of folks in the industry. And
Right.
then like eventually like I got with a team of folks that were like doing a bunch of international moves, like primarily like Europe, Eastern Europe, and they knew some Russian guys that were popping off musically. And then my manager made an executive decision. He was like, yo, I think this will go well with this. And then he put us together. We went to Estonia, we did a festival, and yeah, that was really how things popped off for me. And then like I gained like my own base through that, through touring
So
in
from
Eastern
LA
Europe.
to Europe on a
Yeah,
tour,
yeah,
and then from there it just kind of was up from there.
yeah, literally like 2018, first time I went out there to Estonia. Then 2019, we did another festival, and then COVID hit. 2021 is when we went back on tour, and yeah,
That's all
man.
pretty
Now I'm
recent too. I mean, that's not that long
yeah,
ago,
yeah,
you know? So that's
no, for
awesome that
sure.
it all kind of snowballed and then took off in that direction. So you and the move to Africa, when did that happen? When did that transition happen from like, you doing stuff overseas in Europe to like, okay, now I want to move to Africa.
So the move wasn't like something that was planned. It was just like COVID happened, and then like I had a couple homeboys that were here. Like shout out to my brother Razak. Razak was like, "Yo,
Shout
I'm in
outs.
Kenya. Pull up." Like Razak is a dope songwriter, musician. He's toured the world with Kanon, and like they're brothers, and then they inspired me. They were in Kenya doing a couple things, and it was COVID, and I didn't know when I was gonna be able to hit the road again, like to do like touring or anything. So
Right.
he was like, "Yo, pull up to Kenya." This was 2021, like March, and then like I was originally going to Spain. I booked like my flight to Spain. I was in Miami because Miami was one of the open places during COVID.
Oh wow,
So
yeah.
I left Miami to go to Spain. Spain wouldn't let me in. And then I was like, you know what? Boom, I booked a quick flight back to LA, but to Kenya. So yeah, and
He
then
said, I'll
and it,
stop off here. I'm gonna get some
yeah,
coffee
no.
and then I'm out.
No, for real. So yeah, then like that year, 2021 was a crazy year because then we got the call to go back on tour like at the end of 2021. And then my last stop was in London. So I stayed in London for a year. And then I came back to Kenya. And then when I came back in 2023, I knew for sure, I was like, all right, I'm gonna post up in Kenya for a while. Like just tap into the music scene, entertainment, events, and just like
You caught a vibe
fit my,
out there.
you feel me? Yeah, I just caught
Yeah.
a vibe. I just got into, what I'm saying, like the right situations, and
No, yeah.
yeah, man. Yeah,
That's
yeah. It's
awesome.
awesome though. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got really heavy involved in the skate community out there as well. Like, that's kind of how I stumbled across your profile on Instagram, and what got my attention over everything else wasn't necessarily the music, wasn't not that it's not good, it's amazing music, but was your video of you skating with the school and those
Respect. Yeah.
kids, and
Yeah.
watching the kids just cheer for somebody trying to learn how to ollie and everybody's there's laughter and I know in that moment that those kids were having their day made, and
Yeah.
and it's super cool when I run across people that are interested in even trying to make those moments happen. So that's what stuck out above everything else was like your kindness, you know what I mean, towards the children and teaching them how to skate and stuff. So how is that going? Like how you get over there, you tap in with your boy that told you to come on, and then you like you start like figuring out like what's needed, and then how did you get into the philanthropy of it all? Because you do a lot over there.
Well, that angle of it really started with me going to Ethiopia in like 2017. I saw one of my friends that like we just like had a bunch of mutuals in real life, and then like he posted something, and then like one of his family members reposted it, and the post was that they were building a skate park in Ethiopia in Awassa. It's like southern from the capital. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is like definitely the direction that I've been like telling myself I want to go in. And I was like, I'm just gonna volunteer for this project. And me volunteering for that project, I knew like I was like preparing myself to eventually come back to Africa to do more philanthropic, is that the right word?
Yeah, philanthropic. Yeah,
Philanthropic moves like that. But like
yeah,
through skateboarding, and I started researching like all the different scenes in Africa like that had skateboarding in it. And when I got to Kenya, like one of the artists that I was working with, he was a skater, and he just like showed me a bunch of stuff and like gave me a bunch of information, and I was like, okay. I identified where the guys meet to skate. I went to that local spot. It's called Uhuru Park. And then when I went there, I met everybody like in one go. I met like the pioneers of Kenyan skateboarding and like guys from Somalia, Ethiopia skate. And I had already been to Ethiopia, so I had that background just enough where I built the rapport with like the key members, and I volunteered to build the skate park. So I gained a lot of network as well from the volunteers.
and probably knowledge of like how it's done. You know what I mean? By actually
Yeah, yeah,
doing
yeah.
it, you learn a
Yeah.
lot more. So you probably had a good
Yeah.
idea. So it when you started to do that, did you run into any bumps in the road, or was it just pretty smooth sailing? Is it easy to help, or
Woo.
is it hard to help?
It's not hard to help, but there is definitely difficulties that you come across like on the road, like on the journey, because like like things that are easy in America, like accessing land maybe, like for like a public project might be a bit more easier because there's so many like organizations and programs, and even like DIY guys, like skaters that just come together and do DIY projects under a bridge in Cali, in Texas, wherever, you know? But here, like
Yeah,
getting permissions from like government and getting government involved in something that, we see as beneficial for the youth, they don't see it like that. I don't know how they see it, but they don't really give it much attention or like
right. Or
just
prioritize it
care.
or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah. So the issue has become having either private land, and then the private land issue is that like most people can't access a private park, like most skaters, right? Like there's a private park that was built by Skate Aid, and kids can't afford the price that they charge for them to get in. It's too far for them to travel there. By the time they travel there, they've traveled like 2.5 hours, and then they're tired, and then it's just a
so
bunch of different
creating something
factors.
practical is important because there's all this stuff that's like kind of not so efficient. So it's like trying to find something that you can actually use, or like build something that's accessible for everybody is
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, and even like outside of that, like the resources aren't as accessible either. Like skateboards aren't abundant here. Like
Yeah,
and where you are, you
yeah, I
can
mean,
just
we're
go to a
working right
skate
now
shop.
to, yeah, we got this idea. We're trying to take, plastic and turn it into skateboards for that exact
Yeah,
reason. Because there's, recycling, and then there's an aspect of creating something, out of nothing, and that's
yeah.
exactly what needs to be done there. So, how popular is skating there? How popular as a whole? Like, is it?
So I think generally in entertainment and nightlife and like the way they intertwine here, it makes it very popular. Like it's a very niche thing, but it's
Okay.
like it's a cool thing. Like on Fridays, everybody comes through to the mall rooftop, even non-skaters, and like everybody's just there vibing because the
Yeah.
skateboarders transform that spot into a place where everybody wants to come to and just be around the vibration of, just that skate
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it is not very popular, like in the sense of like being recognized. Like we don't have a federation here yet, or like government is not assisting like next
That's what
door
I'm trying to
neighbors.
figure out. Like, yeah, so it's like it's popular enough for people to want to do it, but it's not like a public outcry for them to like start building infrastructure to accommodate it. You know what I mean? For the
Yeah,
government to
yeah,
do anything like that. So that's kind
yeah,
of like, maybe on this podcast, that's sort of what we're calling for is like, you know, aid. If there's anybody that wants to help or can help in any sort of way, getting the infrastructure created so that because first of all, it's outdoors. It's getting people healthy. It's getting them away from gangs, drugs, alcohol, mental health problems, and it's so beneficial in all those ways. So, like a place, especially like Africa, that deals with a lot of conflict, it's helping people on even a mental health level. You know what I mean? So it's like that. For that reason, I feel like we could get some people behind it, you know what I mean, and get some people pushing in the right direction. So
definitely.
you see the kids doing it, and it blows my mind because I just want to talk for a second about the skill level. Like it's like out of this world. The amount of air that they get in comparison to the skaters I see here is like double or triple. It's like they go to do a trick and they're just in the air, man. It's like they
Yeah.
got all this time. They got all this time
Nah,
to
for real.
figure out what they want to do before they land. It's amazing. They're like, who's your favorite
Yeah.
skater out there?
Man, I can't pick just one. There's so many. There's guys in
Yeah,
Uganda, there's guys in Tanzania, Ethiopia, here in Kenya. Like, I can't just pick one. But I will say that, like, my favorite Kenyan skater, because like I work with him and like I see his ambition, his passion, his drive. He's just eager to keep, like, literally keep pushing every day to figure
yeah.
out the next steps, how are we gonna build this park, how are we gonna get boards here, how are we gonna created a skate economy. His name is Skitty.
Okay.
The Moonsoon skater on Instagram. He's
All
super
right.
dope. Yeah.
All right.
We
What kind?
want
What kind of? Is he a street?
we pushing for him to go pro, man. I'm trying to get some help to get some sponsorship for guys like him because they deserve it. Like if we can start getting like a system made where until we can make our own boards and stuff here, but like just sponsoring some guys in Africa, man. Like yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good look
he's a street
too.
skater.
It's a good look too for like companies that may be watching this or people that own businesses. Philanthropy is first of all a lot of the times a tax write off, and it doesn't really come out of your pocket and you know the optic on it is good. So
Yeah,
I encourage it. I encourage people to get involved because 90% of the time you're gonna get your money back, and then you don't look bad doing it. It does not look bad, on your company to do that. So
facts.
consider it. Consider doing that. Now, what's needed the most? What is like the one thing that y'all need? Is it boards the most? Is it because I remember at one point we were talking about concrete and like creating
Yeah.
funding for actually getting the concrete to build these parks. What's needed specifically the most?
I think the foundation of a skate park is needed the most, a public space where everybody can like practice, like a state of the arts, like Olympic grade park, Something that the
Where
kids
would
can
where would
practice
that
in.
be? Where would that need to be?
So with that comes the need of land because yeah, we've had a few conversations with different like organizations and people who have access to land, but it's very tricky. It's always like something very political where you got to talk to this person and then this person knows that person and it just becomes like a loop of nothing. And but I mean, we're working on it and it's happening. But like I just came from Ethiopia and I'm seeing what they've been doing and like the infrastructure they've been able to create because of the government assisting them after years of them just like pressing on independently and just making moves happen, like some volunteer work, but most of it recently has been just like their own efforts. And so we're trying to do the same thing in Kenya. I mean, not trying, we're in motion of these things. And yeah, it's just a different type of journey, a different type of battle. But through the NGO, we have like a piece of land in Western Kenya, which is far away from the capital where the majority of the skaters are. But that is like our first step in an initiative of building a public skate space, because the Dr. Karanja is the owner of the land, and she's been like such a sweet lady to give the land for us to build a public space on her organization. She's allowing it to be public. So that's a really cool like first step forward. But I
Yeah.
think just like continuously working with the skaters here and then like finding public land or just like other places where they have like parks where we can incorporate a skate space.
And
Yeah. And
ideally
then boards.
closer to the capital, but where it's more popular too. You
Yeah,
know, kind of
ideally. Like right, we want to
work
do it right here in
work your way
Nairobi.
in. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
And then what about your music? What else can we look forward to? What do you got coming out? What's on the horizon with your music?
Music, I usually release new music every month, and I got a new track coming out called Skateboard P, produced by my homie Jadix
And
in
it's stuck in my
Russia.
head right now.
Skateboard P.
Skateboard
Look at
B.
my skates so
It's on
clean.
my head. All your stuff's super catchy. For those of you that have not checked out Moeazy's music, it's Moeazy, Moeazy, Moeazy. Go
Yes,
look him
sir.
up because it's super catchy stuff. It's stuff you can put on around your kids. It's not necessarily super vulgar. It's like it's very good music, man. It's absolutely
Yeah,
awesome that you do that.
appreciate that. Appreciate that.
What
Yeah,
about
and then I
shows and stuff like that? Are you coming over here to do any shows? Are you mainly performing there, or what are you doing?
yes, we lining up shows international, Europe, America, and then Australia as well. So
In
that is
Houston,
coming.
right?
Houston, man, let's bring it back to
Yeah.
Houston. I'm definitely
Ye-
trying to come to Houston for sure.
Let's go,
H
dude. Yeah.
time, let's
Get them
go.
out here, man. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
Get
Let's
you
do
doing
it,
some
definitely.
festival or something out here for sure, dude.
Oh yeah, I'm
We
ready.
have
Like
we
I'm
have so many of those going on here. You know, you can like look up on any Saturday or Sunday almost, and there's some sort of international festival or like we have such a melting pot here in Houston. So yeah,
no for
dude, we should
sure.
do that.
And
Yeah.
we got to get you to Kenya. We got to get you out
Yeah,
here to
yeah,
Africa,
dude.
bro.
That's like
You definitely gonna
mind-boggling. I
love it.
never thought, I never thought I'd have a connection to be able to actually travel different places all over the world. And as I do this show, that's absolutely what it's been. I got friends in Italy and Kenya and all over the place. So
No,
absolutely,
that's
I'll
dope.
come out there eventually, and we'll do another episode where we're right,
Oh
on the
yeah, yeah.
beach or something.
When you touch down, oh yeah, we do an episode on the beach for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
That'd be sick for sure.
Yeah, and if when you come here, I'll take you to Post Houston. We'll jump up on the roof, man.
Let's
Come check
get
out the
it. Let's get
skyline.
it. Nah, most
Well, dude,
definitely.
thank you for doing the interview. And for those of you that don't know, Moeazy's going to be hosting the Before I Call My Therapist uh, Africa, basically the whole chapter over there, and so y'all will see episodes with artists from over there, coming on the show on our
Oh,
network, and I'm super super excited that you've even accepted that and decided to do that. So thank you so much, and we're super happy to have you on as a co-host and as a host, and thank you again, bro. I really appreciate you doing that.
yo, thank you too. I appreciate the work you're doing based, like just working together from a distance is really dope. It's a blessing. Great things to come for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna show people how to do this more. You know what I mean? So that more people can do
Must.
this. So
Watch
yeah,
what we
all
turn it
right.
into. Like we can clip all of this and then like put it with the new history making moves we putting together. You know what I'm saying? Be like,
Exactly, exactly. You're gonna
yeah,
be able to see plenty happen within the next, months and years to come with between us two for sure. So, man,
definitely.
thank you again for being on the show, and everybody, that's Moeazy. All
Much
right, brother.
love,
We'll wrap
bro.
it there, man. I appreciate you.
Blessings.
All
Hey,
right, I'll
man,
holler.
Let me get off the phone before I call my therapist.
Hey. All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
Peace, fam.
Later.
This episode of Before I Call My Therapist was brought to you in part by Jabaroma, Stinky Pits, Jab It with Aroma, Faded Decade, The Underground Standard, We're Number One, and viewers like you. Thank you